Hello guys, good evening all of you.
Good evening, sir.
Hi,
Yeah,
good evening, sir.
yes, good evening. And is there any questions related to last class? In the last session, we have discussed about what is Oracle and why is Oracle. What is the benefit of Oracle for the business people and what is the advantage of database for the end user? 2 points. What is the benefit by maintaining database for business and what is the benefit for maintaining database for customer level? These 2 points we discussed yesterday. Today, I am explaining about how to download Oracle database from Oracle company. How to download Oracle database. So just go to Google. You don't need to go to direct Oracle, just go to Google. And here, download Oracle 19C for Windows. Okay. Then Oracle Database 19C download for Microsoft Windows 64-bit. And one point here, guys. If you want to install 19C, your system RAM 8 GB should be there. 8 GB. And minimum hard disk space 50 GB. According to Oracle, it is 20, but it is better to maintain about 30 GB. Hard disk space minimum 50 GB and RAM should be 8 GB. Then only try to install Oracle 19C. Otherwise, don't do it. Better to work with Oracle 11G Express Edition or Oracle 18C Express Edition. Go for Express Edition if your system RAM is below 8 GB. Anyway, let me show you how to download. Select it. Then here you have a download link. Here you have a download link. First one. Select it. It is asking for license agreement. Please check your box and then select download. Then it is asking for account sign in. So you should register before downloading any software from Oracle company. From oracle.com, if you want to download something, you have to register with the company. So here, enter your username and password, or otherwise you need to select create account. Once you submit username and password, then your download will be started. In this way, you can download Oracle 19C from oracle.com. Once downloaded, how it will look like. So let me show you. Once downloaded, it is look like this. This is the software. It is a zip file. Last one. Right click on the zip file, and select extract to so and so. Extract to so and so means a folder will be created. A folder will be created with this name into that folder our zip file extracted. Once extracted, you can see like this. So actually I copy and pasted to here, this one, Oracle software, this one, Oracle 19C. If you open that, this is the extracted folder. If you open that, you can see at last you have a setup file. You have a setup file at last. Right click on the setup file, run as administrator. Then your Oracle 19C installation process will be started. Oracle 19C installation process will be started here. And here, so many students are asking me, sir, if I set up a black window coming and immediately disappear. Again, when I start setup, I'm seeing black window. Immediately it will disappear. What is the problem? The problem is your downloaded file not downloaded properly. So each and every point I have covered in my installation video. I will give you access on that installation video. Go through with that. So here it is asking about to create and configure single instance database. Step by step how to install database. I have explained in my installation video. So already I have installed into my system. So let me stop this. Close it. Right. Already I have installation videos in the drive. I will give you access on that installation videos. Before installation, you need to follow some steps. After installation also, you need to follow some steps. Each and every point you have to follow. Okay, don't miss any point. If you miss any point, your installation may be failed. If your installation was failed, it is complicated to uninstall that. See, installation part 1, installation part 2, and after that uninstall 19C, how to uninstall part 1, how to uninstall part 2. After installation, we should follow these steps. Okay. This is about how to download your Oracle 19C. So before going to the class, what is Oracle? Oracle is a RDBMS. What is the use of Oracle? It is useful to store data, to access data, and to manage data. We can store huge volumes of data at one place. That is called as RDBMS. And we can access information whenever we need, then we can retrieve information as much as fast. And also we can manage the data easily. That is the advantage of RDBMS. RDBMS is like a storage area. RDBMS is like a storage area, remember. Okay, now where is the data? Where is the data? From where we are getting information? Simple example I am explaining. You have you have a bank account. Almost everybody is having a debit card nowadays. So swipe the card to withdraw money. Swipe the card to withdraw money. Then you have received money. Then you are getting a pay slip. What is the information in the pay slip? What is the information in the pay slip? Your transaction ID, transaction date, transaction amount, transaction machine code, your card number, your account number, how much amount you have withdraw, and what is the available balance after withdraw, what is the amount available balance, and and the status of your transaction, success or failure. So this information printed on the payslip. Listen carefully, guys. The information printed on payslip. Whatever the information printed on the payslip, the same information should be saved under database table. Compulsory that information saved under database table. Some people are asking, sir, already transaction completed. Why they are maintaining the transaction details? In future, if you argue with the company or if you argue with the bank, I didn't do the transaction, but I have less balance. If you are arguing like that, they have to show the proof. Sir, these are the transactions you did with your card. After these transactions, whatever the balance in the account, that is tallied. So compulsory, not only today, from the long back, before computerization also, every bank or any business has to maintain each transaction securely for customers' purpose. Okay, so so how the data is generating? According to our current example, you are making a transaction with the card. So transaction, it is an object in the business. Customer is object in the business. Customers, transactions, products, departments, employees. From each object, the data or information will be generated. These are called as objects or entities in the business. From here, the data will be generated and saved under database, saved or stored under RDBMS in the form of tables. Okay, data stored, happy. Now I want to explain why we are learning Oracle. After learning Oracle, what is our target? See, let us assume there is no ATM nearby you. No ATM nearby you. So beside your home, your bank is there. Beside your home, your nearby bank is there. You want to withdraw money. ATM is not there. What you will do? Visit the bank, fill withdrawal form, submit withdrawal form to the corresponding employee. Then employee, he will check your balance, and if the balance is valid, then he will give the money to you and he will update your balance after withdrawal. So means If there is no ATM availability or CDM availability, you are doing transaction, but manually, physically you are approaching the business. The same process is happening in ATM. Through ATM also the same process is happening. How can I make that process through ATM? Internally, what is happening? Listen carefully, guys. Why we are learning Oracle, that I want to explain. See, here this is called as ATM web page. In the ATM, we have the facility for CDM, cash deposit facility is also available. Okay, now you are swiping the card or something, you are doing something here. The request will be passed to web server. Web server means it's like a Java program or Python program or .NET programs are available here. The Java program receive the request from web page. From there, the Java program sending same request to the database server. It is communicating with database server. How it is communicating with the database server? By using JDBC concept, Java to database connectivity. Through JDBC process, it is communicating with database server. In the database server, one of the database program receiving your request. What is the request? The request is withdraw money from the given card. Based on card, you are withdrawing money. Okay, then database program verify your amount, account number, balance. Verify your amount, account number, balance. If all are valid, then the status is okay. The status is fine, success. If the program return the status as a success, then the machine is giving money to you. Machine is paying money to you. So who is doing the deposit process or withdrawal process? By using a database program. How to write a database program? By using SQL and PLSQL statements. Observe carefully. How to write a program is doing a business task. Withdraw is a business activity that is fulfilled by one program. The programs written by using SQL and PLSQL. Who will write such kind of programs? Developers are writing the programs. That's why we are learning Oracle to understand what is SQL and what is PLSQL. Based on SQL and PLSQL, we can also write programs and queries according to client requirement. Listen carefully. According to client requirement. Here client is this person. He is requesting for deposit. Then write a program for deposit. He is requesting for balance inquiry. Write a program for fetching balance. He is requesting for withdrawal. Write a program for withdrawal. Requesting for adding beneficiary. He want to transfer money. Before transferring money, he need to add a beneficiary. So write a program to add a beneficiary. See how many programs I am getting. To withdraw, one program. To deposit, another program. To add beneficiary, one program. To remove beneficiary, one program. All these programs coming from where? These programs can be developed based on client requirement. Remember guys, client is always related to business. So business is also known as a client to the database. Don't miss it. Okay, right, sir. We are ready to write programs. So what is the example program for any activity instantly? Now I want to show you. For example, I have some other programs are there. Let me connect SQL plus Dinesh 7 AM / welcome @ORCL PDB. Here understand carefully. Just I am executing a program. Then what will happen? Just observe. Procedures. Yeah, customer REG procedure is there. Customer REG, right? Customer registration procedure. I am talking about customer registration procedure. Customer registration. And this cust yes, right. So we need to execute this program. See here, guys. What is my target? Customer registration. All of you see here. I have a table, customer details. If any customer registered with the bank, that customer information I am maintaining here. Again, I am repeating, if any customer registered with the bank, that customer information should be maintained in this table. So here, how many customers present? 14 customers are there. Now another customer, he want to register with bank. Customer registration. If I select, I want to register. If I select a register option in the web page, register option in the web page, it is asking your details like this. Enter your details. So by mistake, some colon has entered. Okay. So suppose Delhi, mail. So here by mistake some colon accepted. Let me register another one, customer registration. Enter your name. So the name is Helen. Enter your city, Kenya. Enter your gender, female. See here guys, you have registered successfully. Your customer ID is 11138. Use your customer ID for future reference. So here, to complete this task, what is the name? Helen. Check Helen details are there in the table or not? You can see Helen details here. You can see Helen details here. Understand? So to finish the registration process, you need to write a procedure like this. This is a server-side application. To make a call to server-side application, we need a client application like this. This is client application. Listen guys, in our diagram, I told you we have two applications. This is called as client level, and this is known as server level, client server architecture. Client means person. Suppose I want to register. If I want to register, open the web page, and in this type facebook.com, sign up. Then it is asking about first name, last name, gender, date of birth, username, password. Once I filled the details, hit on register. If I select register, see, I am a client, I am interacting with web page. So web page and user both are known as a client level. This is client and this is server level. I can see only web page. Beyond web page, what is happening? Beyond web page, web server is there and also database server is there. This is at somewhere. I don't know where these things. So these are called as server level applications. So to finish any task, we need a client application. This is called as SQL script file. This is known as SQL script file. And the script is making a call to server level application. Then control goes to server level application. The server level application executed and our task was finished. So, sir, without explaining ABCD, why are you explaining all these things? Just I want to give you the information what kind of programs we will write in our Oracle training. I want to give you a clear information, what kind of programs we are writing in our training. These kind of programs, client level applications as well as server level applications, both we are writing in our training. If you want to write such kind of programs, you need to understand SQL and PLSQL. So what is SQL? What is PLSQL? First, we are learning about SQL. Later, we will discuss about PLSQL. Just for today, I want to give you what is SQL. SQL stands for Structured Query Language. Structured Query Language. It is a language to communicate with database, any database, not only Oracle. SQL is the common language to communicate with any database. So suppose English is a language. If you want to learn English, what you are learning? Initially, what you are learning? I want to learn English. So what should I learn? To understand English, first you have to learn alphabets. Next, you need to learn words. Next, you are learning grammar. After that, with these above three components, you are writing sentences. And after that, paragraphs. You are able to write. And after that, stories you are able to write. This is about English. Now, how to learn SQL? SQL is also language. How to learn SQL? To understand SQL, it is a language. If you want to learn SQL, first we will learn about commands. Next, we are learning about keywords. Select star from. See here, guys. Select is a command. From is a keyword. Without from keyword, there is no select command. So for every command, there is some keyword. Okay, let us see. So keywords. Next, syntax rules. Next one, I can write statements. Statements are known as queries. After that, I will write programs. Program means it is a collection of statements. Paragraph means collection of sentences. Next one and last, you are able to write a package for complete transactions. Just compare with any other language. SQL is a language to communicate with the database. In SQL, we are learning commands, keywords, syntax rules. Commands, keywords, syntax rules. And after that, we are able to write queries. Query is nothing but a statement like this. It is a query. So here, just I want to write one more, where gender equal to male. Where gender equal to male. You will get all male customers only. Hope you understand. Okay, now what are the SQL commands we have? SQL commands divided into 5 categories: DDL, DML, DQL or DRL, DCL, TCL. What is DDL? Data definition language. Just I want to give you the list of commands. I'm not explaining any command today, don't worry. Once we finish installation process, then only I will enter into practical session. Before that, I want to give you just a list of commands. Under DDL category, you have 5 commands: create, alter, drop, truncate, rename. Each and every command we will discuss in detail in future. Under DML, DML means data manipulation language command. Under DML, we have 3 commands: insert, update, delete. Under DRL, data retrieval language or data query language, only 1 command: select. Under DCL, data control language, grant and revoke. And TCL, commit, rollback, save point. So these are the 14 commands, 14 commands are available under SQL. Okay, by using commands, keywords, rules, syntax rules, by using these three, you are writing queries. Where you are writing queries? Can I write a query in the notepad file? No. Can I write a query in the Word document? No. Can I write a query in the Excel sheet? No. You should write a query in the client application. This is called as SQL Start Plus. This is known as SQL Start Plus. It is command window tool. It's like a command window tool, CUI tool. You can write queries and programs here, or you can write queries and programs here also. This is known as SQL Developer. It is a GUI client window, GUI tool, graphical user interface tool. And this is known as a CUI tool, command user interface tool. Any one you can use. In our training, you are learning two environments: how to write programs and queries here, how to write programs and queries here, and how to write programs and queries here. We are learning both environments. Don't miss it. Okay. Now, this is a list of commands. So we have to write, we need a client window before writing a query or program. That client windows are two types: CUI tool, GUI tool. CUI tool name is SQL Start Plus, like this. And GUI tool is multiple tools are there. In my training, I am using SQL Developer. First, we are learning about this. Later, we will discuss about this. What is SQL Start Plus? I'm talking about SQL Start Plus. It is an interface between you and your database. In this window, we can write queries by following these rules. We can write queries by following these rules. What are the rules? Only write on one query at a time. Don't try to execute multiple queries. And you can type queries in capital case or small case or uppercase, no problem. Each query ending with semicolon. SQL commands are ANSI standard, means whatever the commands you are learning, all commands work under any database universally. In Oracle database, same commands. In Microsoft SQL, same commands. In IBM DB2, same commands. That's why SQL commands are known as ANSI standard. And last point for today, how to open SQL Plus. How to open SQL Plus. For example, go to search window, SQL Plus, select it. Your application will be started. And it is asking for your username and password. See, before connecting to bank account, is it asking for username and password? Same. For the security reasons, it is not allowing all users. Only the people who have user ID and password, only that peoples are allowed into database. So first method, just go to search, type SQL plus. You can see the application, select it, it will be opened. First method. Second method, go to start, programs. These are called as programs. Under these programs, switch to Oracle folder. Switch to Oracle folder. Under Oracle folder, select SQL plus. Then also the window is opening, application is ready. And the last method, first method from search window, second method navigation, third method is from command window. Open command window, type SQL plus, enter. Through command window also we can start our application SQL Start Plus. I hope you understand how to open SQL Start Plus. So once we finish installation part, I will explain how to create a user account and how to connect to database. That's all for today about SQL Start Plus, benefit of database, and what kind of programs you are writing. So tomorrow I am explaining about how to create a user account. Before that, if you are ready with Oracle 19c in your system, not installed, just downloaded, I will show you how to install Oracle database in your system directly. If your system has below 8 GB RAM, don't prefer 19C. Okay. Anybody having any questions? Sagar, better to install 11G Express Edition. And I sent all whatever the documents. Yesterday we have discussed about, I will send you the course content and also discussed the document. I sent to your mail. Please check your mails. And all of you are able to access last video. Already I have uploaded the video into my drive. I hope you are able to access that video. If you are not, please type your mail ID so that I will give you the access. So you can ask me in the class or
Sir,
at the end of the class.
there is one question in my mind.
Yes.
Sir, how much time it will take to learn this
Yeah.
language?
Yeah. 60 days.
Only, sir, 60 days.
Hmm. Six, not 16, 60.
Yeah, 660.
Yes. Sagar, 11G Express Edition installation is different. I have the installation video. I will give you the access. So accordingly, you can install. It is easy. Dan 19C. Okay, guys. Thank you, all of you. See you tomorrow.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.